You wake up to the faint hum of your apartment's AI assistant, an almost imperceptible vibration in the air that signals the morning. Sunlight filters through the blinds, falling in narrow slits across your desk where your laptop sits, black and silent. The inbox is full as always, but one subject line catches your eye like a beacon in the static. Confidential, open immediately, from Elon Musk's private team. Your heart skips, a subtle flutter that feels almost primal. You hesitate, knowing full well this could be a phishing attempt, a hack, or some prank from an overly ambitious tech journalist. And yet, something about the email defies skepticism. It's signed with a cryptographic key verified by your personal digital assistant. Something only a handful of people in the world could generate. The moment your fingers hover over the trackpad, an electric thrill courses through you. You click. The screen flickers, and a short video begins to play. Elon Musk appears, not in a studio or a press room, but standing inside what looks like a launch bay filled with half-assembled spacecraft, the smell of ozone and machinery almost palpable even through the screen. His gaze is direct, almost unnervingly intimate, and when he speaks, it's calm, measured, and urgent all at once. That you've been identified as someone capable of handling sensitive information, he says. What I'm about to show you cannot be leaked. Your discretion will be tested. If you accept this invitation, your life will change, perhaps irrevocably. The video ends with a secure link and a set of instructions, a one-way, encrypted communication channel, a travel manifest, and a cryptic location, a private SpaceX facility in Nevada, shrouded under the guise of a corporate retreat. You sit back, your mind racing. The air in the apartment feels suddenly too thin. Outside, the city hums unaware, but you sense that crossing this threshold could place you inside a world invisible to everyone else. By evening, you find yourself on a private jet, the fuselage vibrating with the quiet power of engines built for secrecy rather than speed. The flight crew is minimal, 2 pilots, a systems engineer, and every electronic device on board is accounted for, secured in Faraday containers. You are given an unmarked ID card and told simply to wait until landing. Somewhere beneath the hum of conversation and engine, your thoughts churn. What exactly awaits you? A new AI interface. A Mars colonization project still hidden from the public eye. Or something beyond even that, the kind of project that only someone with the courage, and the caution, to handle it could be entrusted with. The jet touches down on a runway hidden from satellite imagery, the desert stretching in every direction like a golden sea. You are escorted through a labyrinth of corridors, each more sterile than the last, until you enter a large chamber dominated by a single object, a spacecraft unlike any you've ever seen. Its surfaces are brushed metal, seamless, almost alive in the way the ambient lighting reflects off its hull. Engineers move around it with quiet precision, their faces tense but proud. A voice calls your name. Elon will see you now, says a tall woman with sharp eyes and an expression that suggests she's seen too much to be startled by surprises. The doors open, and you step into a room dominated by screens showing simulations of Mars, neural networks, and a web of AI algorithms learning at speeds you can barely comprehend. Musk is there, pacing slowly. His presence is a paradox, simultaneously intimidating and oddly reassuring. "You're here because you can handle complexity," he says. "We're preparing for something beyond public perception, beyond the headlines. Mars isn't just a dream anymore. We need people who can see the connections, the risks, the potentials. You've been chosen to witness, and perhaps influence, the next stage of human expansion. Your first task comes immediately. A neural interface is placed over your temples, wires barely brushing your skin. It's designed not for control, but for observation, to allow you to experience the spacecraft's AI as if it were an extension of your own mind. The moment it activates, your consciousness feels stretched, a thrilling vertigo as data streams into you like a river of light. You see calculations, trajectories, simulations of habitats, life support systems, and AI decision matrices, all flowing in perfect, terrifying order. Then, Musk's voice cuts through the torrent. "We are on the brink of something unprecedented. Decisions made here will shape humanity's survival on another world. Watch, learn, and understand." Hours blur. You move through simulations of Mars landings, resource extractions, AI-assisted habitat construction, and human life in microgravity. You see the tiniest variables magnified, a miscalculation in oxygen supply, the risk of solar storms, the resilience of AI-driven systems when humans falter. Every scenario is meticulous. Every error avoided is a miracle. And all the while, the sense of urgency gnaws at you. Musk's team is racing not just against technical limitations, but against time itself. Night falls in the desert outside, though inside the facility, light is constant. The weight of secrecy presses down on you. When you finally remove the neural interface, your head spins with data residue, patterns, and numbers embedded in your vision. You realize that even leaving this room, even returning to normal life, will feel impossible. You've seen what others cannot. And the invitation wasn't just to witness, it was a test. By the end of the first day, Musk speaks again. Tomorrow, we will take you beyond simulations. Real hardware. Real missions. The question is, can you handle it? Can you take knowledge that could change human history and not falter? You nod, though your pulse races. The desert wind howls outside, a reminder that the world you know is still there, oblivious to the monumental work unfolding just beyond the horizon. Somewhere in that expanse of sand, a rocket waits, tethered not just to Earth but to the fate of humanity's next frontier. You lie awake that night, the hum of security drones a low vibration beneath your apartment floor, or is it still the jet? The line between reality and the clandestine future you've stepped into blurs. Sleep comes in fragments, punctuated by flashes of red planet landscapes, AI schematics, and the quiet, unyielding voice of Elon Musk telling you that what you choose now matters, in ways you cannot yet comprehend. The next morning begins with a challenge. A test of mental acuity, spatial reasoning, and moral judgment. Musk watches as you make decisions, your choices feeding into the AI simulations, determining outcomes you could scarcely imagine. Every error or hesitation is logged, every insight noted. You are not just a visitor. You are now part of an ecosystem designed to push the boundaries of human survival, technology, and the unknown. As the sun rises over the Nevada desert, glinting off the hulls of rockets ready to pierce the sky, you feel the weight of the invitation. It is no longer a simple message in an inbox. It is a threshold, a turning point. The path forward is uncertain, dangerous, and exhilarating. You have entered a world where human ambition meets machine precision, and the consequences of each step ripple far beyond what any ordinary life could contain. And as the first test flight ignites, sending plumes of smoke and fire skyward, you realize that there is no turning back. You accepted the invitation. You are part of something larger, something almost unimaginable, and the story of humanity's reach for the stars now flows through you, intertwined with your every thought, choice, and heartbeat. The roar of the test flight still echoes in your chest when the next stage begins. You are guided to a room that feels less like a laboratory and more like a war room, walls lined with monitors streaming live telemetry, orbital calculations, and AI predictive models. Musk stands at the center, fingers steepled, his gaze sweeping over every detail with a precision that borders on obsession. Today, he says, you will see not just simulations, but reality. The engines you watched from afar yesterday will now be handled by you, in controlled parameters. Every decision you make could save months, even years, of development, or jeopardize the mission entirely. This is why you were invited. The team hands you a tablet with a secure neural interface overlay. The interface is more than software, it's a bridge between human cognition and AI operational matrices. As you place the neural sensor against your temple, a shock of data floods your mind: trajectory simulations, fuel optimization, stress tests, predictive failure points. The room fades from sight. All that exists is the AI, the spacecraft, and your mind racing to interpret the endless stream of information. You feel it before you understand it. The AI doesn't just provide data. It communicates, almost like a partner with intuition, suggesting adjustments, highlighting potential risks, questioning human logic. Each suggestion is subtle, almost imperceptible, but you sense the underlying intelligence is beyond anything you have ever encountered. It is as if the spacecraft itself is alive, aware of its own capabilities, and somehow waiting for you to meet it halfway. Activate the landing sequence, Musk commands, and your heart skips. The simulation collapses into a real-time test. Small drones designed to emulate Martian atmospheric entry descend, guided by your inputs. Every adjustment you make alters their trajectory, oxygen consumption, heat shielding performance. The hum of machinery, the hiss of controlled fuel ignition, the faint vibration under your feet, it all merges into a singular, terrifying, and exhilarating experience. A warning flashes. One of the drones is veering off course. You hesitate, your mind racing. The AI nudges your thought patterns, projecting probabilities. You make the correction. The drone stabilizes. Relief floods your body, but it is immediately replaced by another alert, a cascading chain of micro-adjustments required to maintain the entire sequence. Time stretches. Seconds feel like minutes. Musk watches in silence, expression unreadable. Finally, the last drone touches down perfectly. The relief is palpable, yet fleeting. Musk approaches, a faint smile breaking his usual stoicism. You see now, he says, this is the future of space travel. Not just rockets, but neural-linked human-AI coordination. This is what will make Mars feasible. You nod, but your mind is still racing, processing the torrent of data, the decisions, the weight of responsibility. Musk gestures toward a side door. Come. There's something you need to see. Something that will change how you understand this entire endeavor. You follow him down a narrow corridor, past storage bays stacked with rocket components and advanced AI modules. The air grows cooler, denser, almost sterile in its purity. Finally, he stops in front of a massive hangar door. He presses a sequence on a hidden panel. The door slides open with a hiss, revealing a spacecraft unlike anything the public has seen, sleek, modular, its surface embedded with neural interface ports and AI-driven actuators. This, Musk says softly, almost reverently, is the prototype for the first fully autonomous Mars habitat delivery system. It's not just a rocket. It's a living system, capable of deploying, constructing, and maintaining habitats with minimal human intervention. You step closer, awed. The sheer scale, the complexity, the elegance of design, it overwhelms your senses. Engineers hover nearby, ready to answer questions, but Musk waves them back. This is a moment for you alone that he turns to you. We need people who can integrate into these systems. Who can think in tandem with AI. Who can make decisions under pressure, with lives and billions of dollars on the line. Are you ready for that? Your throat tightens. You realize the invitation was never just an opportunity, it was a challenge, a test of your resilience, intelligence, and composure under the most extreme conditions. You nod, though every fiber of your being trembles. Over the next hours, you are immersed in hands-on training. The AI interfaces flow seamlessly with your neural patterns, predicting your thoughts, complementing your instincts, challenging you in ways you didn't know possible. You learn to deploy habitats in simulated Martian terrain, manage oxygen supplies, adjust energy grids, and respond to unexpected failures. Every success is exhilarating. Every near miss leaves your heart racing. By nightfall, you are exhausted but exhilarated. Musk invites you to the observation deck, a glassed-in platform overlooking the desert test site. Rockets stand ready for the next trial. The stars begin to emerge above, and the Milky Way stretches like a luminous river across the sky. You've seen the simulation. You've felt the AI. Tomorrow, we push further, Musk says. Tomorrow, you'll understand why humanity must reach Mars, not just for exploration, but for survival. And you'll be part of making that future real. You stare at the rockets, at the barren desert transformed by human ingenuity, and realize the enormity of what you've been drawn into. The invitation was no longer an abstract message. It was a doorway into a future that few have the privilege, or the burden, to witness. And once crossed, there is no turning back. Sleep comes fitfully that night, haunted by images of Martian landscapes, neural networks, and the whispering hum of AI systems anticipating every human error. You know tomorrow will demand more, sharper decisions, faster reactions, and a deeper integration with the technologies Musk's team has created. The desert is quiet now, but beneath it, the pulse of humanity's next frontier beats with relentless energy. When dawn breaks, the test site is alive with motion. Engineers move with precision, drones hover, rockets gleam in the sunlight, and Musk stands at the center. A calm figure in a storm of activity. The day ahead promises challenges you cannot yet imagine, choices that could redefine the scope of human capability, and a journey that will stretch your understanding of technology, responsibility, and courage. You take a deep breath. You accepted the invitation. You are no longer an observer. You are a participant, and the fate of humanity's expansion into the stars now carries your imprint. Every decision, every instinct, every connection with the AI, will ripple across the project. The private team that summoned you has entrusted their most ambitious secret to a stranger, but now, that stranger is you.